It's already time. How is it already time? How? Why are the names? The names are like your screen name instead of your like name. Anybody know? Hold on a second. What a way to start the stream, huh? Hey, how's it going? This is Ord 42, and I'm Rob, and we're flying by the seat of our pants tonight because I just got back into town like 4 hours ago, and hey, been doing stuff. So, how are you guys doing? I mean, look, the sales are already amaze balls. Like, is anybody buying stuff? Let me know what you're buying because I might need to buy it too. I'll tell you this: there's lots of sales like $11 4Ks and $10 4Ks, and I'm just like, dude, I still have like 4 movies on pre-order. I mean, I need to. I feel like it's too much. I feel like it's too much, and I'm just feeding the machine. Anybody feel like that? Am I the only one? But hey, look, we're getting ahead of ourselves. How are you guys doing? And how are you guys doing in the chat? Look at this. Look at this. We already have peeps. We already have peeps in here. We have Ninjinzu coming in hot first. Actually, because Ricky said, "Hey, somebody go in there first." I'm tired of being first. Ninjinzu, welcome. And of course, Star Fox, welcome. And Rufus the Red. And Bonobo Juice, Ito Ramos, Cosma, Bucho, that Bucho guy. Who else we got? Jody B. How's it going? I'm going to go back and actually read your responses. But yeah, how are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? I hope you're doing okay. But it's really good to, I mean, seriously, it's good to see you guys. It really is. If it wasn't for this, I might not be here because the streams are really fun. The streams are really fun, and it's fun to hang out with you guys and to actually like have a conversation with you guys, even though it's kind of one-sided, but it's really not, right? Because I read all the comments or I read all the chat because it's fun. Is it that music? Hmm. Was something else playing? Man, I don't. So much. Look, every time I come in here, something's broken. So my Streamlabs broke, right? The alerts broke. I mean, you guys have seen that. Like, you guys have, anytime there's a new subscriber or a new member, a new member or a new whatever, like any alert, the sound comes out, but nothing else. I mean, we still got an alien in here. We still got Bucho in here. We still have our scene missing thing. That still works. But the alerts don't. The alerts don't work. And then on top of that, the Streamlabs thing. There are not Streamlabs, the Stream Deck. The Stream Deck, the Elgato Stream Deck, where I can push this button and Bucho comes and goes as he pleases, right? Again, still, I don't know how he does it. He's always in position, ready to go. Cameras on him, and he's in place. But again, the Stream Deck wasn't working, so I had to restart everything. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? Why? Why is it every time? And maybe it's just because my Mac's getting old. It's an Intel. How many times? How long has it been? I mean, we're about to get an M5. Yeah, the M5 chip. They started with the M1. They're almost at an M5, and I'm back here on an Intel going, "Hey guys." Don't feel bad. That my computer's still plenty fast, but it is starting to show a little bit of age. It's been 5 years. In computer years, that's over 5 years. But anyway, I just got back in town. I had an amazing weekend. But we'll talk about that. Gobble gobble, Robin chat. Yeah. Thanksgiving, 2 days. Can you believe it? Can you believe that it's already Thanksgiving? I can't. I mean, you can. Well, I mean, right? I mean, it's not like, can you believe it? It's like nobody saw this coming. Of course we saw it coming. It's November. Check out your calendar. I don't have a watch on. But yeah, like there's all the signs are there, you know? It's getting a little colder, you know? Summer's kind of going away. Yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up. We had Halloween. But it's like one of those things. It's still like, I can't believe it's already here. So, and then Black Friday, and I mean, you know? By the way, there may not be a stream next week. I don't know yet. Because it is my wife, it's her birthday next Tuesday. And I kind of want to do something nice for her. The problem is it's also going to be pouring raining. It's supposed to be like all stormy and crap and getting all cold and stuff. And then on top of that, for whatever reason, once Thanksgiving hits, man, the traffic around here gets nuts. So there's no telling. She might be like, I just want to stay home and watch a flick. And in which case I'd be like, because man, I'm telling you, the last week has been that, man, there's been a lot going on. But anyway, so there may not be a stream next week. We'll play that by ear as we go along. And you know, it's funny, I haven't even really opened Twitter like at all. Oh. You know, sorry. I got texts. I got texts coming in. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, hey, you got to answer this. Always something to do. But anyway, yeah, it's been a crazy week. Basically, if you don't follow Beat 'em Ups on Twitter or Facebook. Does anybody even check Facebook anymore? I'm not a Facebook guy. I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I get messages on Facebook and I don't respond to them for weeks because I just don't think about Facebook. You know, Twitter is really the only one, Twitter X, whatever. It's the only one that I really kind of check, and it's because I get the notifications. Facebook pissed me off with all its notifications, so I turn everything off. So, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And of course, for whatever reason, Apple and Meta, Facebook, they just don't get along. Like even if you do a search on your phone for Facebook, like for example, let's say you have a bunch of freaking apps and there's just pages and pages of apps, right? It's easier to just pull down the search and go, okay, where's, you know, Uber Eats, right? It's buried in some folder. You don't remember which one. But if you type in Uber Eats, it'll just pull it up and you can launch it. Well, if you do that for Facebook, nothing will come up. Facebook or Messenger. For some reason, Apple and Facebook, man, they just don't get along. So I don't think about it. And when it's out of sight, out of mind, it's a thing. So I don't remember what my point was. I got up at 5:45 this morning, okay? So everybody just get off my case, all right? Just cool your jets, calm your boobies, you know? Let's... Like, I've read like one chat and I'm sitting here going, hey, everybody calm down, okay? Everybody just simmer down, cool your jets, okay? Crap. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? See, this is what you get with Order 42. It's what you get. You just get raw insanity. Somewhat structured. Sometimes structured. gobble gobble Robert. I'm not even gonna say any of those words because sometimes, man, YouTube's been on a tear. I don't know if you've seen that. YouTube's been just like wiping channels off the face of the planet for like, we didn't like this one word you said, and you're like, well, what word? And it's like, well, it was in this stream. Okay, well, that stream was 3 hours long. What's the word? I mean, here are the rules. And you're like, I still don't know what I did. And, you can't really appeal it. So I'm just going to be like, we're going to be cool. We're not even playing, dude. It's almost time. You know it. I know it. Santa Pez is coming to town pretty quick. Starting, well, maybe not next week because there may not be a stream. But I mean, pretty quick. Am I going to be able to play that? Because that's, man, you know me. I love my Santa Pez. I may not be able to play it. They might go, hey, you're using somebody else's content. Get out. And I'd be like, Anyway. Gobble, gobble, that Turk. Oh, that was my thing. God, man, I'm all over the place. If you're not on Twitter, X, or Instagram, you may not have seen, but Beat 'em Ups Wood had Friendsgiving. I was at Friendsgiving this year. So I flew up to the old place, and we did the thing. Went to Friendsgiving, and it was a great time. It really was a great time, and it was good to just hang, And sometimes you can, there's something to do, and you're just going and going, and then sometimes you're just hanging out. And man, it was just a good time. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I mean, I'm pretty sure, look, I'm not going to be surprised if I wake up tomorrow and I got, 150,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to happen. The thing is I went there because, I wanted to hang out, and I wanted to, I was honored to be invited. So that's what we did. We had a good time. We saw some sights. We did some things. We hung out. Billy's family was also there, which is also great. So it was a really wonderful time. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the last week. So I haven't gotten to see pretty much anything. In fact, my YouTube backlog, like the usual stuff that I watch, man, it's destroyed. There's so many videos. I'm so far behind on everything. But, on some of the news stuff, I've been keeping tabs on. But I do have one thing that I got today. We'll go over that later. So there you go. And there's the Bucho. Gosh, I'm so far behind already. Names or handles instead of channel name now. Both can be changed. I did not know that, Rufus. Why confuse me? Things are crazy enough. Things are already breaking left and right on my computer. Just let me have a thing. Anyway, think it's a setting. Well, they need to stop it. Is it something that I can change? Community moderation, participants. So many pants. I don't know. Maybe. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I mean, I kind of get it, Like, yeah, I see your screen name, Jody. I see that. Jody B. I know that's you. So it's probably fine. YouTube's been doing this name handle thing randomly for a month or so. I've seen it on other channels and nobody seems to know why. Oh, okay. Okay. Is everybody as upset about it as I am? I mean, my God, everything just went boom. Sorry. It's only $11. Buy it. But Ito Ramos, here's the problem. There's so many. And you go, well, because what happens with me is I go, well, it's only $11. Click, and then click, and then click, and then click. That's what happens. And then, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but I've already put myself in a crazy, it's not like I'm in debt per se. What it is it's money that I owe us, me and April, right? Because I get an allowance And that allowance is a finite number. And when I go over that number, I basically am like borrowing future months. And right now I'm in the hole. And I don't like being in the hole. I know that probably sounded dirty. You get what I'm saying. I don't like owing us. Hopefully Christmas will even things out a little bit. And who knows, maybe we'll get a Black Friday bonus. Sometimes that happens around these parts because there's things she wants to buy, there's things I want to buy, and it's like, hey, why don't we get a little psh, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. But anyway, the Rob is back in Town. You're buying another PC. Ricky, oh my God. Ricky, you need to calm down too. You know what? Hey, I'm not your dad. I'm not, you buying a PC doesn't really affect me. So you know what? You do whatever you want to do. If you want to buy another PC, you buy another dang PC. And don't let anybody tell you any different. Unless it is your dad going, hey, son, calm it down. Otherwise, do the thing, man. Do the thing. I don't know how to change. Oh, maybe Rufus replied. There you go. But Cosmo, welcome. Hi. You fed my machine with a couple of slices of pizza. Yum, yum. I'll tell you this. I had some pizza last night. It was pretty good. What's funny is that what we had to eat wasn't so out of the ordinary. Like I was expecting, we're going to have, maybe some Philly cheesesteak, some of this and some of that. Nah, we just had like normal stuff. And it was awesome. It was great. I did have, what was that I had? It was a place in downtown Philadelphia, and I don't remember the name of it. But it's a ramen house that also does tacos. And apparently it had been on like Wood's to-do list for months. And he was like, I want to try this place. Do you guys want to try it? And I was like, what have we got to do? So we went in there and we tried it, and it was awesome. Now, they had ramen, and also Wood's brother was there. Wood's brother had dumplings. I had a shrimp tempura taco, and they were badass. So I think the place is called Taco Ramen, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. There it is. That's it. Taco and ramen. Yeah. Now, I didn't have this taco. Store is closed today. Well, I'm not there. So everybody calm down. Oh, apparently there's no menu. Maybe do you have to hit order? Okay. Let's just say 11:45. Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff they had. Well, now what did I have? I had this. Oh, okay. Whatever. I had that. And it was awesome. So take that, naysayers. Anyway, it was fun. It was a good time. And getting to meet, Wood's brother and some of Wood's friends, like some old friends. That was really cool. It was really fun. It's a really good time. The only weird thing is that there are at least 4 peeps in the chat, but only 3 likes on the stream. Huh. Hey. Oh, now it's 8. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what it does. Again, these days, you never know. You never know what it's going to do. And you want to know why I ran in there at the beginning of the stream? I had to get my new vegan lip balm. That's right. I had to get vegan lip balm. Why? My wife is allergic to beeswax. So if I was using something like Carmex, yeah. Don't want to hurt my wife. So, but here's the thing, man. We were outside a lot, so my lips, they are chapped. Oh, and look at this. I don't know if I mean, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. But on Wednesday, last week Wednesday, I had to get my blood drawn. It was the it hurt like badly, and that's still bruised from like a week ago. The other day it was like blue, and it was like, dude, this is like this is a hardcore bruise. It was crazy. And then it turned green, and then it turned yellow, and now it's kind of a, well, whatever that is. It's kind of gross though. Seriously, the most painful blood draw I've ever had, and I've had a lot, okay? It's crazy. Let's see. $11 PC. What a world. Man. I mean, do it. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the movies. Ready for my 5-day weekend? Yeah. See, that's the thing. So, I don't know. Part of the not knowing if I'm going to be able to do a stream is because April and I, we're going out of town Friday morning. She's going to go out and do some Black Friday shopping, as you do. And then we're going to go to a place. We don't really know exactly where yet, but we have a pretty concrete idea, but I don't want to say anything yet because I don't want them to know we're coming. This whole city that probably doesn't care, we don't want them to know. We don't want them to know. Rob, you have 17 people watching you right now. The chances that one of those people is in that city is so remote. Don't care. Don't want them to know we're coming. A spooky ghost. Intel M5 MI6. I'm starting to see the pattern. Mon penny. No. Is tonight Friendsgiving? I mean, it's our Friendsgiving. Kind of. We get to hang out and do a thing. Sorry. Yeah. The Verve wrote a song about that. The alerts don't work. They just make you worse, but I know I'll see your face again. I don't know. I've never heard that song. Anyway. Black Friday. Bam-a-lam. What? Bonobo Juice, what's going on over there? It seems like you got some alarms going off. You okay? Is everything okay over there? I hope everything's okay. I think you have to refresh the stream to see the updated like numbers, but I'm not certain about that. Well, I see 10 right now. That's how far behind I am. There's only 10 likes on the stream. There better be 700 by the time I get caught up. I don't bother with Twitter X. Facebook, I don't check much, but I use it every day. Okay. Boomer-tastic. Samuel, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome again. Your point is that you don't use Facebook. Yeah, I just don't. The Stranger Things... Ooh, that's a good question. Does Stranger Things Season 5 go live tonight? Why don't we find out? Huh? Stranger Things Season 5 release date. November 26th. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they drop it early. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I like that. The Stranger Things Season 5 release dates are so annoying. You know, Forbes has gotten really strange. I always thought of Forbes as like almost like elevated news, and now they're all like, they're very clickbaity. You know, I just not a big fan. But I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of hours they go ahead and drop it. So yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, do you guys like Stranger Things? Here. Let's do this. Do you guys like the Stranger Things? Hey, vote in the hey, there's a live chat right now. Or live chat? There's a poll right now. Let me know what you think. Well, so far, 60% of you guys do like Stranger Things. And 18% of you are, what's the matter for you? Okay, So Billy's son was here, there with us, right? Last night, he won a inflatable Yeti. Like a cute little Yeti guy. For some reason, I was doing like, not a puppet show, but kind of like doing a voice for the Yeti. And he sounded like this. Not like Trump. But he just had a voice like this, How you doing there? How you doing? And it was funny. And then I'm serious, like an hour and a half I did that voice. It was kind of nuts. But it was a good time. It was a good time. By the way, the Yeti's name is Striker. Just saying. There you go. Do with what you will. I don't know. Santa Pez. Do we need to play the Santa Pez? You know what? If we're going to get claimed, let's do it. Let's just freaking do it. How do I do this? Oh, I'd have to open this up. Will that actually work? Let's see. We would go to downloads? No. Saved? Watch later? I don't remember where I put it. Crap. Your videos? Oh, it won't be my videos. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. 2 unavailable videos are hidden. I hate it when that happens. Because then you're like, well, what was it though? But what was it? What was it? Okay, I don't think it's actually called Santa Pez. I don't think it is. I think I have to look it up on here because I don't know the actual name of the video. Downloads? Okay. I have the channel name. That will never change. There you go. Bam. So now I can, Yeah. So I can do this. What do you, fly to the navigator? No. Wait, did that even come through? Did that come through? It looked like it was, and then it stopped. It was muted. No, it wasn't. It was coming through. But for some reason, dude, I'm so sick of freaking OBS breaking every time I freaking come in here to stream. Sorry for the language. I don't get it. I don't understand. Now wait, can you hear it now? And then if I click here,
watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out. He's making a list, he's checking it.
I think I know why. Because over here, this is the old audio capture thing that doesn't work anymore because something broke and I added a new one and it's called 2. And for some reason, that one will work.
Twice, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out.
Anyway, it's not time for that yet. So everybody calm down. Everybody just calm down. And oh, by the way, hi Wood, I saw you in there. I saw you. You may not even be here. You might have just come in here and said, hey, I'm not going to watch your stream because I don't get it. Bye. Because, you know, you're too old and smelly and strangely not that hairy. Anyway, maybe that's it. Oops, I typed it wrong. Anyway, let me get caught up because wow. But you know what? Do we really need to get caught up? Do we really need to get caught up? Or is the whole night just going to be, hey, let's see how behind we can get? Maybe. Maybe. Because I have no idea where we were. Okay, pizza, $11 PC. It's a spooky ghost. Because I just play one on Twitch. Yes. Samuel was here. I said hi, and then I moved on. Does it? I'm not sure. Listen to a video on how Stranger Things was influenced by Montauk and Long Island. And I didn't say Santa Perez. I said Santa Pez. Okay, you already... I showed you. I showed you. You know, why... Rob, that was 20 minutes ago. Par pissy pants. I sold my main PC the same day I posted it up. Wow. ATX Tower shaped peanut butter chocolate with a hard candy shell. Get your own. PC's Pieces. That would be a really difficult thing to sell. PC's Pieces. PC. That's actually hard to say. PC's Pieces. PC's Pieces. Reese's Pieces Pieces. Reese's Pieces Pieces. That's really hard to say. Nice food and you had to be that guy wearing a Star Wars shirt. Dude, who am I? I'm that dude. I'm that dude that will always wear a licensed shirt to any get together. Tonight I'm wearing a Grand Canyon shirt, but that's just how it worked out, you know? Seriously, on deck, Star Wars shirt. What are you going to do? I'll probably wear a Star Wars shirt on Thanksgiving with my family. So what do you think? Does that bother you? That's a AA battery. No, it's not. It's new vegan lip balm that actually my wife got me. I had some Blistex that I borrowed. I didn't really borrow it. I stole some Blistex from Wood because my lips were chapped. But the problem was, my wife didn't get to go because she had to work. So I could use Blistex there. But when I got home, I was like, I guess I'm going to have to try to find some of this non-beeswax lip balm. And she had already bought it and had it sitting there. So, if this ain't love. No, that's self-preservation, Rob. She knew that you were going to come home and give her a kiss she didn't want to, get hives. That's self-preservation. Why am I I got bashed up last month getting my blood drawn. It was only half as funky as yours. Yeah, that is still like, that's crazy that a week later it still looks that bad. But hey, hope everything went well and everyone's health. You know what, Cosma? You're a good guy. Thank you. And it was a fun time. Local Maverick, welcome to you. Hi. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll because it seems that most people are into, like, they do like it as Stranger Things. And only 25% of you are the what's the matter for you, Is it controversial to do, like, really bad Italian accents? Are there people that get upset? I don't know. Well, good job, Rob. Just, alienating a whole bunch of people. Anyway. But a lot of you do like the Stranger Things. Me, I'm like, there was one, I can't remember what season it is now. It's been too long. Okay? It's been 28 years since the last season of Stranger Things. And I just remember that one of those seasons was kind of meh. Like, I wasn't like 100% invested. But then the other two were like, yeah, it was pretty good. That's like, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. But what's funny is we always, when it drops, my wife and I basically drop everything and just consume it. So what we'll probably do, because we've been so busy, both of us, she's been busy with work and stuff. I've been busy because I hadn't been here. Once we get that time, like, we may be watching Stranger Things next Tuesday. Just going, let's watch it all. You know what I mean? I don't know. That dumb joke about the Verve was a reference to their song "The Drugs Don't Work." That song might not have been as famous in America as it was in New Zealand. Oh, well, I had no idea. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I probably just butchered your joke, and I apologize, Bucho. Just not advanced enough over here in America to get those jokes, Thanks, Rob. Do you have a collection video? I have some individual collection videos. Like, I think I did one on my Criterion collection at the time. I also had one on I think my Arrow. I don't remember. I think I did a couple of them, and it was because there were a bunch of sales going on, and I was like, hey, here's some movies that I bought like a long time ago. You want to look at them? I don't know. Rob, you're kind of really bad at, like, marketing yourself. I mean, just saying. Let's see. Collection. Let's see. My Arrow video collection. I have one going through my comic book collection that I actually cut out of a stream. That one has a whole 13 views. But I'm pretty sure I did one for Criterion. All My Criterion Movies. Yeah, it's called All My Criterion Movies, and it's got 372 views. What's weird is my Infernal Affairs video, it continues to get views. It's 2 years, like, almost... Wait, no, it's 2.5 years, almost 3 years old. And it still gets views and comments to this day. Like, I think I got one yesterday on that video. It's just, that's what I like about the way that I do my videos. Yeah, they might not always get the most videos. They might not always get the most views, but I like the fact that people keep finding it. Keep finding older videos or older reviews of things that I've done, and they go, hey, I really like this review. Why don't you do more stuff like this? And then I'm like, because I suck. I don't tell them that. I try to be cool about it, But anyway. Okay, I don't know what happened there. My whole screen just randomly zoomed in and then went back to normal. Something's wrong with this Mac, I think. I'm going to have to do something about it. I don't want to. I think the first season was the best. Shozama, I think I agree with you. Because I think that was the one that got me really hooked. And there wasn't... It seemed like it was more effortless. And now everything seems very... There's a I don't know how to... There's a tangible element that is... It doesn't feel like an organic story. Sometimes it feels very... Well, we need this in there now. Because we did that in the first season and people would be mad if we didn't see something like that in this season. I don't know. There's something about the series as a whole that feels just very like, hey, we're gonna give you what you want. I hope they really kind of break the mold because this is the last season and they just say, hey, we're going all out and we're gonna do some crazy stuff. That's what I want. But I mean, tell a good story. What Rob needs to do is get Star Wars Battlefront Classic and we'll all play online. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing. Yeah, it was extremely low volume because it was coming through my mic instead of whatever the audio capture. Because that's the thing on Mac, and maybe it's different on the Silicon Macs, the M1s and M2s and M3s and whatever. Maybe their audio is routed differently, but I don't think so. Mac breaks up all audio streams that's coming in, which is good because you have more control, right? But the problem is it doesn't just work, And OBS, because it's not, I don't think OBS is like, it's not written by Mac guys. There should be a way to just say, hey, here's a thing for your whatever, global audio, I guess you could say, like a global audio. And then if you wanted to split them up by like, I want only the audio from this browser source or from this application, they should be able to do that. I don't know. Because Windows, I think, isn't it kind of the same way, except it all comes through and you have to find a way there has to be some sort of mixer thing that you use. I don't know, because I tried setting up way back. I tried setting up my PC to do streaming, and it really annoyed me that it was all like, it was like all or nothing, and it really annoyed me that everything was really loud and I couldn't really, like, if I turned down the game volume, it also turned down my mic volume. I don't know. And it's probably, it's probably just because I'm an idiot, which is very possible. But when you click, yeah. And it just, seriously, my chat literally just went black. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. Only here, yeah, face cam. I stumbled across a YouTuber you sketched once on one of your, talking to Bonobo Juice, on one of your drawing streams vids. Dude, oh my gosh, dude died semi-recently. Yeah, that must have been Cobra. Sad ending to that story. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, hi, Chris. Hello. Did I say hi, Chris? Hi, Chris. Good to see you. And man, again, this week, of course, Thanksgiving, if you're here in America, Thanksgiving is a pretty big deal. It's really it's kind of the first time you can have some eggnog without it being weird, I think. But I got to tell you, for some reason, I've been craving, I haven't had eggnog in years, but I'm craving eggnog right now. And I'm thinking I'm going to go get some eggnog coffee. I'll tell you this. One thing that I have learned from Wood, cortados are awesome. So, Appreciate that. And then Jinzu, hello. Good to see you. King Cobra. Second favorite after your Biodome drawing. Product placement. Odd Nez. Have I... Okay, since the names are different, have you been here before? I'm not sure if you have. But if you have, great. Welcome back. If you're new, hey, welcome. It's weird over here, but I promise no one will be harmed. Much. Anyway. An emotionally frustrating roller coaster the last couple of years with him, the window for redemption arc closing fast. Oh my gosh. Wow. When I think of Biodome, I always think of Bonobo Juice. People dress up for get-togethers. I just wear my regular shirts with games on them. I mean, look. I'm sure they were just kidding, but man, I have like half my wardrobe is Star Wars shirts. And the funny thing is they don't need any advertising, like zero, you know? Hey, remember this, you know, when the trilogy was great? Yeah, I do. And it was awesome. I don't need to be reminded of it. It's everywhere. It's almost everywhere. You know what? I will say, though, I went into a toy store yesterday, and it was kind of sad that all the Star Wars stuff was kind of in this corner where you couldn't even see it. And it's like, man, how far Star Wars has come and then how far it's fallen, you know, that it's just nobody cares about it right now. And that's what I mean. And I'm not saying that they need to, hey, come up with a thing so that, man, they can sell more toys. But it's just it's the state of almost the consciousness, you know, the culture consciousness. They just don't care about Star Wars right now. Kids don't care about Star Wars. And that sucks, man. And who knows? Maybe they'll recapture some of the magic with Mandalorian and Grogu, but I gotta say, I don't know. If you've seen that trailer, it looks like Disney Plus. It does not look cinematic to me. And there were moments in that show that were brilliant on Disney Plus, but that trailer was not a good look. Like there was something about it that just looked very meh. But I don't know. I don't know what that is, Bonobo Juice. I don't know if I want to say it. Welcome to the future. Not sure what that is. I'm sure that's probably something that the Cobra guy. Yeah. Damn, they messed up your arm real bad. I know, but it's fine. Season 2 was cheeks. 3 was kind of redeeming, but the 4th was insane. Yeah, I mean, look. Last season, you had Eddie. You had, you know, Sadie Sink, you know, rising above. You had running up that hill. I mean, it was a big deal, but that was 14 years ago. It was a long time ago. It wasn't a long time. I mean, it wasn't really a long time ago, but it really feels like it's been a long time, you know? And that's the problem. Just bought a great game on sale called Blasphemous 2. 'Twas only $9. Hey. All right, though. You'll check those out? I don't know what you're checking out, but I'm glad you are. And it's about damn time, you know? Quit putting off, Samuel. Check them out. I don't know what we're talking about. I never made it past episode 4 of Stranger Things. Same with Cobra Kai. I tend to get pretty bored. Okay, wait. Man, Buju's got things to say. Oh crap! It just read. I tend to get pretty bored pretty fast these days when a show has too many kid characters. So Stranger Things was never going to be up my alley. I never would have made it all the way through Skeleton Crew if not for my chronic need to watch every Star Wars show. I mean, that's true, but Skeleton Crew actually ended up being pretty good. But also, it ended with kind of a whimper, you know? I was hoping for a bit more at the end, or something that made you go, oh, now that's really cool. I mean, it was cool, but it was also kind of like, oh, okay. Oh, that's it. The credits are rolling. Okay. Well, I mean, not bad. That's basically my review of Skeleton Crew. Right there. It's like, oh, that's cool. Oh wait, yeah. Blasphemous is awesome. I don't know what that is. Blasphemous 2. I think I've actually heard of it. I mean, I'm sure I've heard of it. I can't immediately recall. Oh, yes. Yeah. It looks cool. Is it a Metroidvania, or is it more of a roguelike? Or were they 2D Dark Souls tribute? Oh, okay. Yeah. Probably not going to be for me. It'd probably just irritate me and make me want to punch a thing. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. How about smoking the chronic during the viewing of the Skeleton Crew? I mean, maybe. I'll tell you what. I spent about 4 hours? 4 hours in New York City last night. Wow, there's a lot of weed there. I mean, there's a lot. It was strong. It was super freaking strong. But let's see. Let me see if I can show you a pic. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that kind of irritates me. As we were leaving, I was like, "Oh crap. Wraith lives here." Like, I could have tried to meet up with Wraith, but the problem was I didn't know all the plans and when things were going to happen. So I wouldn't have known anyway. But yeah, there's that. And then let's see. What else? What else can I show you that's not, incriminating in any way? Oh my God. Okay, so there's a mall. What's it called? Okay, it doesn't actually say what the mall is. I can't remember the name of the mall. But it's a mall in Jersey. I think it's in Jersey. Yeah, because it's next to the Meadowlands. That has a friggin' mountain in it that you can snowboard down. It's insane. I was completely blown away. Oh, and we also went to Back to the Future the musical. That was the thing. That was fun. Let's see. What else can I show you? Is any of that incriminating? No, but it was just a fun time, man. I just got to tell you, it was fun. It was a blast. I had a great time. A great time. And there's Woods Doggy that I love so much. Anyway, such a great dog. Eggnog put me in a food coma and made me explode out of both ends when I woke up the other night. No regrets. Wow. That's a lot. Wait, did I? Oh, I must have already put it in the... Oh, no. Look at this. I still have the bottle. Because Jerome the Great, you said any Black Friday vape juice. Well, look at this. This is from last year. Eggnog. And I was so excited to vape this. And it tasted like... Okay. There are people that like this. I am not one of them. It's been a year. And sometimes steeping, what they call steeping, where it's just you leave it alone for a long time, maybe it'll be better. Do we go off the knuck and give it a shot? I mean, we have to, right? We have to. It's eggnog. Okay, maybe. Okay, that's probably enough. It's still got... There's a chemical. See, here's the thing. I think, you know how asparagus? Okay, asparagus is one of the things where, like, some people can eat asparagus and when they pee, it smells like whatever, right? Some people, that's a thing. And then some people with cilantro, they can't have cilantro because they think it tastes like soap. I think there is a flavoring that these people are using that I am sensitive to, and it makes it taste bad. I am almost convinced of that because this is not, as far as I know, these people make this stuff to order. So it's not like this has just, been sitting on their shelf for 20 years or 20 years. Vaping hadn't been around that long, but it's, you know what I mean? So it's got to be something in there that some flavoring that I just don't vibe with. Oh, it's still in my. That's my acai in this guy. By the way, this is going to be my new driving around vape because, man, it is so easy to just slip that in the pocket because there's no buttons. It's auto draw only. And it doesn't super cloud up. It's great. It's great. But to answer your question, Jerome, no. But if you're in the Discord, which you can type in !Discord, unless Nightbot, are you on the job tonight? Are you gonna do anything tonight? Or are you just gonna sit there like a lump? Don't look at me like that. I'm just asking a question. Okay. So if you type in !Discord, Nightbot will graciously post a link to the Discord, and you can join the Discord if you want. And there is actually a section way down at the bottom because it's only pretty much me and Ricky in there. But there is a Vape Nation, Vape Nation? Yeah, there's a Vape Nation channel that you can go in and you can see us talk about things. And I share sales when I come across them. So if you want, you can do that. But unfortunately, YouTube won't allow me to give you links or tell you where to buy things because that's part of the policy. So there you go. Derek, welcome and happy holidays to you. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and all the things, and a happy Black Friday and a happy Cyber Monday, or all the things, whatever, all the things, man, all the things. Happy all. I think that should be a shirt. Happy all the things. I mean, that covers it, doesn't it? Is there a happy all the things shirt? Happy all the things. No. Happy all the things. There needs to be a happy all the things shirt. And there's not. Okay. So do we need to make a happy all the things? Or a merry all the things? And that way, look, if you say that, you can't offend anybody. Because they know what you're getting at. I think happy all the things is even better than happy holidays. Because you can use it all year round. And it's universal. Any country can get in on that. If I could talk. Anyway. Holy crap, it happened again. It happened again. Oh, collection videos. Yeah, I mean, look. One of the things that I do, Samuel, I don't know if this is what you are thinking about, but I have shorts, and almost all of my shorts are me putting things on the shelf. So I'm going through and I'm kind of doing like mini reviews. So like the next movie that I have to film is going to be because I've already filmed some for this weekend. But like the next one is the 4K of Tombstone. Right? So I'll pick it up and I'll do a little, hey, Tombstone, Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell in this Western classic from the late 90s. Right? And then I'll put it on the shelf. And so all of my shorts are me doing those little mini reviews. And it's fun because you get to see what my collection looks like, but also I get to do a little, do a little talking. And there's usually a little trailer going down there, unless the studio decides to block it. And that's been happening a lot more lately. Studios are just blocking my shorts, even though basically what I'm doing is talking great about their product because I bought it and I'm highlighting it and showing it off, and yet they claim my video. But hey, so if that might interest you too. And there's lots. I think, what am I on now? Oh, I got more texts. What am I on now? So the last short I did is short 414. That was on Sunday. So, again, it may interest you. That may be what you're, or you may be wanting more of a, I want to see all the things. And I haven't really done one of those in a while. It's probably time because there's so many things in here. So many things. So, yeah, it's probably time. Cobra Kai never dies. I got to be honest, man. Cobra Kai is another one of those where, for me, I don't remember what season. I think it was the one with the dude from Karate Kid 3. And then they did some, if you've seen the season, you know what I'm talking about. They did some fake outs. Like you think a certain character may have died. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? And it's like, you do too much of that and it just feels like, this is just, it's tickling the nostalgia bone. Man, I've been saying some stuff that is right on the edge of sounding dirty, and I don't mean to. But you know what I'm saying? It rubbed me the wrong way, and it made me go, okay, you know, this show has been right on the edge of being not for me for for a while now. I kind of feel like I'm done, you know? So, but that's fine. Everybody likes different things, you know? There's a lot of people that think Andor is a piece of crap. And I think it's the best thing since the original trilogy. So we're all different. And if you like it, go for it, man. I'm just saying that's why I'm not a huge fan. Aged vape juice is funny, but makes sense. Yeah. The thing is like there's a liquid that I used to mix. That was it was a vanilla custard. And they said you needed to steep it for a minimum of a month. And what you had to do, or what they recommended, is that every day, or not every, well, maybe not every day, maybe it was once a week. I think it was once a week. You crack it open and you do, see if I can. So you see there's liquid in there, right? You do this bit and you just kind of squeeze the bottle. So nothing's coming out, but air is going in and out. And you're exchanging the air for different air. And what it does is all the stuff gets mixed. So you shake it up and all that stuff. That's all good. Shaking it up is good. But some of those liquid, or some of the flavorings kind of oxidize over time and they taste different. And some of them are really strong and maybe give off like an alcohol kind of feel, you know? And you want to get rid of that. And the only way to get rid of that is to vent the bottle. See, this one was, this one was not for me. This one is really, like, it's tasty, but I do not, banana leaf, it's a tobacco. And I didn't realize that when I bought this. I don't like tobacco flavors. They're just not tasty. What was this one? Dragon fruit berry cream. This one's been sitting here a while. I bought it February 20th. But see, look, it's darker. It was probably a pretty light liquid when I first got it. And it's been sitting here a while. By the way, in case you're wondering, when you get a bottle of e-liquid, they'll usually last for 2 years. That's a weird aftertaste. But that's not bad. I wonder if that aftertaste is even, if you can even pick it up. You know what I kind of want to do? Since we don't have really an agenda tonight anyway. I could do this. I could wick this bad boy up. And we could try it. I don't know. Do we... Again, it's been 9 months. Do we wick this old... Wait, do we give... Here, let's just do that. Do we give this old... You know what? I'm going to give it the option because there's going to be some people that just don't care. But there you go. Let's give it a shot and let you guys figure it out. Let's see. Burp in the bottle, kind of like when curing buds. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just know that that's part of the deal, is that some e-liquids, they oxidize, and it's weird. Happy all the things, you know? Wait a minute. Grim Raider. Okay, why didn't I see this earlier? Good evening. I watched Seven Samurai last week because your sweater piqued my interest. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Who is Grim Raider? Is that John? It changed the names. So I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy that you enjoyed it. I love that movie so much. I love it. I love it. Cobra Kai around the mall fight. Well, there were just things where it was like, meh, I don't know. Rewatching Cobra Kai the last season, great series. Hey, Samuel likes it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, for me, it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. Didn't work. Wait a minute, am I actually caught up? Oh, something happened. Oh, it like, okay. Wait a minute. Let me get caught up here. Let me get caught up. Cobra Kai never dies. See, there you go. Skeleton Crew, the show that could have been. Yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing. I get it when somebody says, nah. I get it. But like, you watch Skeleton Crew, and this is another opinion. This is another take. Some people won't like this one. Skeleton Crew, The Acolyte. There are a lot of people. There's some people that really like The Acolyte. I thought it was pretty bad. A lot of people didn't like Skeleton Crew. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was the best, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was enjoyable. But it was more of a kid's show. You know, it was kind of like, again, they actually promoted it like, hey, it's kind of like the Goonies in space. Okay, I'm down for that. And you know, that actually helped my expectations for the show. But Andor, I mean, Andor's, I like it more of the art, for the art of Blasphemous. I gotcha. Off the nook. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so something like, bam, just like went up. Sorry about that. Watched your Barry Lyndon review. Gonna check it out soon. Samuel, I'll tell you this. That is a movie that I want to revisit. Like, I can't honestly remember exactly what I said, but I know what I know now about Barry Lyndon. The weird thing about Barry Lyndon is after I watched it, I felt very cold. Like the whole movie felt kind of cold to me. But I can't stop thinking about it. I think about it like every couple of months. And some of the shots, the way things were shot, the way things were lit. Because a lot of that movie is lit naturally. And that the fact that they used like some lenses that NASA was using, you know, to film stuff in space, to get low light detail. Those are some of the lenses that were used. So just from a technical standpoint, I need to watch Barry Lyndon again. And it is in my wish list on Amazon. I just haven't bought it yet. I almost bought it when I bought all of the ones that I'd bought, you know, that I showed off a couple of weeks ago. But I just hadn't bought it yet. Because it's not a movie that I'm like, here's the thing. With Criterion, they're always going to be there. I mean, not always, but for the most part, if it's a recent release, yeah, you can wait till the next sale that'll happen probably in March or April. You know what I mean? If you're like, I don't really have the money for it right now, yeah, you could probably wait. Those are still on sale until what, December 7th, by the way. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, should I pick up a couple more? Because I do love the thing about Criterion. Screw it. Let me just show you. Oh, those are okay. Those are all sealed. Those are all still sealed, which makes sense. I haven't been able to watch them yet. This is God. Ugh. The thing about Criterion. Here's another movie that I've did a review for that doesn't 100% connect with me. But I love that I own this because the thing about it is not only it's beautifully presented, you know, this is a custom artwork that they did. It's not the poster art. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that Criterion typically does artwork, but I do enjoy the artwork, but it's loaded with special, come on, there you go. It's loaded with special features. And in this case, see, here's another one where new restored 4K digital transfer, but this is only a Blu-ray. So eventually, Badlands will also get a 4K disc at some point. But you get the disc, right? And it's got artwork on the inside. Sometimes it's just the chapters, sometimes it's just art. But then you usually get a really nice presented booklet with essays and stuff about the movie. This is just a Criterion release, but it's fantastic. So Criterion is one of the few labels that I will blind buy a movie because I love the presentation. And even if I'm not crazy about the movie, like this one, there's still a host of special features that will give you, you know, almost like more appreciation for the movie, because you can hear about like this movie came out in 1973, and this movie inspired Natural Born Killers and True Romance, because Quentin Tarantino wrote both of them. That's the reason that I own this, is because it was like, I kind of want to see the movie that inspired him. And there's in fact, one of my friends sent me a video today showing me it was like a Facebook short or whatever those are called, clip, whatever they are, the little videos that are shot like this, or they're you know, phone size. But it was showing clips from Quentin Tarantino movies and then the movies that inspired that shot. And it was really cool to see, oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino is just, he's got so much movie knowledge that he can pull from all of these different things that he's seen over the years, and he can put it together in a what seems like a fresh new way, even though he's flat out stolen shots from some of the greats. But this is a movie where this story inspired those two movies. And this one left me cold and was like, eh. But it was still worth watching. You know what I mean? It's still, I'm glad that I own it. It's just a weird one. And sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'm like, I'm really glad that I didn't buy that because I dislike that movie. For example, the Japanese horror classic House. I get it. I look at that and I go, that is, for the time period, an amazing film. What they were able to do and pull off in the late 70s in Japan for this horror movie, amazing. I don't need to own that movie. It's not for me. Like, I didn't even like it from any standpoint. But I understand why it's significant to cinema. So that's what's great about Criterion, is that even if you end up not being crazy about the film, you can still get appreciation for what the film offers. You know, by watching the special features, reading the essays. Like, this is like when I go through movies, that's what I do. So for example, I showed you these a couple of weeks ago. I've never seen these movies. Let's see. Does it have it? I mean, it has the runtimes, but it doesn't have the dates. Oh yeah, it does. So, Doctor at the film at you. Okay, so two of them are from 1932, one from 1935, one from 1936, one from 39. Where's the other one? Oh no. Okay, two from 32, two from 35, one from 36, one from 39. Okay, there are special features on each one of these. I'm going to learn stuff about the way that they made these movies back then. And I think I love that. As somebody who not only loves movies, but wants to make some movies, it would be cool to see some of the techniques from back in the day. So there you go. There you go. And that was all from Samuel saying, I watched your Barry Lyndon review. Going to check it out soon. Barry Lyndon is a beautifully shot movie. And again, I want to learn more about the technique. So even though the movie doesn't 100% work for me, it may be one of those that works better for me on the second run. But on top of that, I want to see the techniques. And it's also kind of why I want to buy Eyes Wide Shut. Because here's a movie that I pretty much dislike. Like, it didn't really work for me. I saw that in the theater when it came out because, of course, man, oh my God, it's Stanley Kubrick's last film. Blah, 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 blah. All the hype around that movie. Oh, should it be NC-17? Should it be R? All this stuff, right, that was coming out when that movie was released in theaters. I had to go see it. My friends and I went and saw it. And I don't know if any of us liked it. Now, we were also pretty young when that movie came out, but I still kind of want to get it because there's going to be some cool stuff, cool making of stuff, cool retrospective stuff about that film. I kind of want it. But that's another, right there, those two films, that's another $50 right there. Bam. Boom. And Eyes Wide Shut may be a movie that I never watch again. So I don't know. It's fun though. But there's the Discord link. Thank you, Ninjinzu, for, getting Nightbot off his ass over there. But anyway. Cobra Kai around the mall. Oh, yep. I already said that. Burp in the bottle. Yep. Rewatching Cobra Kai the last season. Great. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Worst that can happen is you don't like it. Yeah, but I mean, it is also kind of a waste of time. I think we're going to do it because it already feels like we need to do it. Starfighter will save Star Wars. There's nothing Ryan Gosling can't do. I mean, Bucho, you're not wrong. I love Ryan Gosling. I'm so looking forward to Project Hail Mary. Like, I'm really excited for that one because I read the book and the book was fantastic. But I also kind of feel like that's one of those movies or one of those stories where I feel like the movie can really bring out some of the impact that you can't get from reading a book or reading a story. That visually it can be something. So I'm really interested to see if they can pull it off. Really interested. Just saw Sisu 2 and had a fun time. Chris, that's one of the first one is one that's been on my list for a while, and I can't get the wife to sit down long enough to watch it. But I want to see that one. I didn't think Skeleton Crew was bad TV or anything more than I just recognized that shows about kids mostly aren't for me these days. Bucho, I mean, you're not wrong. I get it. If Cobra Kai had been more about Daniel than Johnny and less about the kids, I might have stuck with it. I agree with that. But it's weird because I can see what they were doing. They said, let's get the old fogies like us interested in watching the continuing stories of Johnny and Ringo. No, Johnny Ringo's from Tombstone. Johnny and Daniel, right? Didn't you say Daniel? Yeah, you said Daniel and Johnny. I just, for some reason, I thought of Johnny Ringo, Michael Biehn from Tombstone. Anyway, let's get the old fogies interested with Johnny and Daniel. And then we can get some young kids in and they're like, oh, look at these kids. And some of them are cute. And, and it's just like, I didn't care about the kids. Like, I didn't care really much. Also, or I will say, what's his name? Jolo, whatever, Malaguena, or I probably just butchered his name. I like him though. I think he's got tons of charisma, but everybody else was kind of like, I don't know. Like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Exactly, Cosma. That's kind of what it felt like to me. Grim Raider, aka P. Garcia. Well, there you go. Hi, sorry. Any recommendations on what to watch after Seven Samurai? HBO has several samurai films streaming. Oh my god. Okay. I would give. I can't remember. I think it's just called Lone Wolf and Cub. I would give that one a shot. I would give any of the Zatoichi films a shot. Of course, there's The Hidden Fortress. You might have to pause and back up, but you got The Hidden Fortress. You got Rashomon, which isn't really a samurai film, kind of. I mean, it kind of is, isn't it? Isn't he a samurai? I can't remember. But Yojimbo and Sanjuro, if you want to see what inspired the Dollars trilogy, for, Clint Eastwood's, Man with No Name, Yojimbo and Sanjuro are awesome. But there's also Sword of Doom. That's not Kurosawa. It's a different filmmaker. I really enjoyed that one. There's Three Outlaw Samurai. There's there's so many. And see, look, this is something that I did. What I usually do is I'll just go through and go, okay, just read the text or whatever, what's it about, and I'll just read it. And if it sounds like a good thing, I'll just go. I'll add it. Like I'll make a list. Like I can make a list on my computer or on my phone or whatever. Make a list of movies, and then what I do. This is gonna be not everybody's thing, but I'll go to IMDb, and I'll put all the scores in there. Typically for movies like that, you're going to get more honest scores than you will from, say the Minecraft movie or a movie that people are trying to, it's controversial these days, to like, I don't know, Brie Larson or something, you know what I mean? You're going to get more honest scores that way. But you put them in order of worst to best. You've already decided that you kind of want to see the film, but watch them from worst to best. And if you watch the worst one and you really enjoy it, you're like, hell yeah. And it gives you momentum to watch the next one. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes you watch the worst one and you're like, that was pretty crap. But I mean, for the most part, it works for me. So that's what I would do. Because in fact, I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And one of the things you can do is go to the Criterion website and just type in, not even the shop, but just type in samurai, or there might actually be a genre selection on there. What am I doing? I can show you. All right. Criterion. Okay. I didn't know about Blossom. Man, that's kind of hard to read. They need to make that a little easier. Samurai. Or just type in samurai. Samurai Cinema View Collection. And then you can just put Ghost Dog. See, I wouldn't have even thought of that right off the top of my. It would have taken me a bit to get to it because I'm thinking the old classics. But yeah, you could try Ghost Dog. That movie is really cool. You could do Lady Snowblood, which inspired Kill Bill. You got Zatoichi, which I love. I bought the big crazy set. I've got the Lone Wolf and Cub set. Throne of Blood is, again, Toshiro Mifune. If you like Seven Samurai, Toshiro Mifune is in Throne of Blood, and this is a... I can't remember. Macbeth. It's a Macbeth adaptation. So it's... Kurosawa really was inspired by Shakespeare. So there's a lot of his films that are Shakespeare adjacent. But also The Hidden Fortress. The Hidden Fortress is what inspired some of the characters of Star Wars. Pretty fun. Keiji Musha, I love. I've seen almost all of these. Kuroneko, that's more of a ghost story. I really like that one. In fact, I've seen all of these. I haven't seen The Men Who Tread on the Tiger's Tail. That's okay. Why did you just do that? What the F is going on? Stop moving. The Man Who Tread on the Tiger's Tail, I don't think I've seen. Both the Senshiro Sugata ones I have seen because they're Kurosawa. But I mean, that will get you started. There's a ton right there. Samurai Rebellion I saw. Kill I've seen. There's actually a Kurosawa film called Dodeskaren, I think. I haven't seen that one yet. It's not on here. But Harakiri is great. I mean, there you go. And most of those are going to be Japanese. Well, of course, they're samurai. But yeah, that'll get you started. That'll definitely get you started. Right there. And like I said, I love that stuff, man. I've watched all of those, and yeah. Because it was weird. It was like Seven Samurai unlocked something in my head. And I just said, I want to see everything Kurosawa's ever done. Because there's so many things that I would notice that are like, that is exactly like this shot from Star Wars, which of course I love. I idolize Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy. I love it. So it was really cool to see, like, oh, that's where he got that shot, or that's where he got that idea. And it's all of those things. It's just cool, man. So anyway, I hope that helps. Rob with the shape up. And Monsters Backpack, welcome. What up with you? What up with you? Rob, whenever you nix a vape, I write the company and say, Rob didn't like your flavor. Fix it. When I'm done shaking in rage, I block and report them to feds because I don't need this shit. I mean, that's some pretty strong stuff. But wanted to watch House. See, here's the thing. Watch House. It could be one of those movies that really, really works for you. You know, me, it didn't work for me because I find horror has to hit certain things with me. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not my thing. Now, do I have some stories coming up in my head that I want to write that have horror things in it? Yes. But more in the vein of, say, Zodiac, which has some horrific things in it. Or say Aliens. Right? That's an action film. But there's some horrific things in that movie, right? That's kind of how I think. I think about, you know, a vibe that I want to capture, you know? I just kind of gave away, I mean, not really, I guess. But yeah, those are definitely, those are the kind of horror elements I like, you know? And I love, dude, if I could figure out a way to get Ridley Scott to sort of download his brain into some sort of thing that I could ask it questions. So almost like a Chat GPT, but for Ridley's brain. Because I really love the way that he composes and the way that he thinks about the way something should look. And if I mean, I already like the guy, but it's that kind of look that I really wish I could apply to anything that I want to do going forward. You know, that visual style. And I already think that I have sort of a visual style in some of the things that I have shot. But or I try to get. It's also a lack of knowledge. But and I'm talking about knowledge of the equipment. But that's not my job. Or that won't be my job. I will make sure it's not my job to figure out, okay, what lens should we use here? I'm sorry, that's not my thing. I know the look that I'm going for, and I can describe it. I can even probably, draw it for you. But you figure out the lens, You figure that out. But anyway. What I miss, Wraith? Yeah, I was in New York last night. I was in New York City last night, and I thought about it as we were basically walking back to the car and going, but again, I have an excuse. The excuse was I didn't know the plan. So it was like, oh, we're going to New York City. I've never been to New York City. So I apologize. We were there for about 4 hours. We went to Bryant Park. I bought some things, and then we ate a pizza, and then we left. So, but good to see you, Wraith. Good to see you. Lawrence. Oh my gosh. Okay, Samuel, if you want to talk about a movie that it's kind of like Seven Samurai to me, that if I start watching it, I have to finish it. It's Lawrence of Arabia. There's something about that movie that I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, yeah, it looks good, but it's kind of boring. Ever since, I've been addicted to that film. I love it so much. And I think a lot of it is Peter O'Toole's performance is just, it's so good. But then visually, it's gorgeous. And it feels majestic. It feels epic. And because it is, movies like that don't get made anymore. And it's amazing to see it. I mean, if I could find a really good 70 millimeter, because that's the thing, we have some 70 millimeter screens here in Dallas Fort Worth. I don't think they're actual 70 millimeter, because there's a thing that I read that was something like, yeah, some IMAX theaters claim that they're 70, but they're really not 70. I want to see true 70 millimeter Lawrence of Arabia. That's what I want to see. And I think every now and then they'll play it in a couple of those theaters in LA. I would love to be in LA to watch Lawrence of Arabia on the big screen. Because when I watched Seven Samurai on the big screen, those 4 hours or 3.5 hours flew by because I love the movie so much. Lawrence will be the exact same way. Anyway. Damn, that M4 Mac Mini is only $479. Oh my God, stop. I have Lady Snowblood as well. Good movies. Yeah, I enjoy them. I think they're great. I mean, they're not my favorite, but like for me, it's mostly Kurosawa. Don't I have the Samurai trilogy as well? Yeah, I do. Those are okay. Those didn't 100% connect for me. But man, it's just there's so many good ones, So many good ones. Onibaba. Yeah. Just watched Kill, was disappointed. Oh, really? I understand, because it's paced very differently than most American films. But here's the thing. If you've watched a lot of Indian films, that was paced in a more American friendly way, if that makes any sense. So that's why I really enjoyed it, because it was like, wow, yeah, they went to this place that they typically do and I typically don't like, but at least they didn't dwell on it. Some movies will dwell on that stuff and it'll make the movie, almost 3 hours. which almost feels like they're trying to test my patience, but I know they're not making the movie for me. So then I have to realize, okay, it's not for me. So subtitles, I'm a horror fan though. Oh, you should watch House. You should definitely, if you're a horror fan, I think it's necessary for you to watch House. Seven Samurai unlocked something, and after that I had to watch every Kurosawa movie, and that's why I bought so many now. Yep. It was like a gateway. It was a gateway to this guy. Have you watched Akiru yet, Ricky? Because to me, I mean, I have to watch them all again. And I don't know when I'm going to have time to do that because they're so good and they take a lot of time though. But for me, Seven Samurai is here, and I think Akiru is right underneath it. I think Akiru is my second favorite. Now, I still haven't watched Redbeard, but I feel like it's right underneath it because it was so moving that I just loved it. Have you tried the first House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price? No, I have not. Now, I'll say this. It might have been something that I watched earlier in my movie watching career, and I just don't remember it. But I don't think I have. Had to get ready for bed, working tomorrow early. Well, Shozama, it's fine, man. It's fine. It is fine. I don't know if you're leaving or not, though. But if you are, have a good night. If you're not, well, welcome back. Pizza from where? It was one of the things. I don't remember what it was called. Truffle something. But it was one of the stands, at Bryant Park. Again, I think it was more of a, hey, let's go see some of this stuff, And we were actually meeting some of the people that went to Friendsgiving with us. I don't know if you, we were talking about it earlier briefly. Wood popped in for a second. So I went to Friendsgiving with Wood and, many of his friends. I got to meet so many cool people. And, for me, the highlight, honestly, other than hanging out with Wood because, I love the guy, but meeting his brother was so freaking cool and getting to hang out with him. And then, one of his oldest friends, Derek, I think he said it was that Derek is the first guy, and I honestly don't know his channel. I should have asked, and I probably could ask him because I got his number now. But the fact that it was the first person that Wood did a collaboration with, like before he came to Texas, and I just thought that was cool, and I got to hang out with him. So it's basically like for a while there, before and after Friendsgiving, it was basically the four of us in a car and just kind of getting to know each other. And those are like, that's the good stuff. You know what I mean? And getting to hang out and have a bite to eat or have a coffee or whatever and just chat and kind of see where everybody's at. It was just great time. It was a great, great time. And in a weird way, it's kind of like it felt so natural to be there, even though I gotta say, I was kind of nervous because I know that this is one of those things that Wood would tell me and anybody would say, dude, you have nothing to worry about. Why are you worrying about stuff like that? But I want to make a good impression, and I don't want to, be like, hey, man, good morning. Like, when are you leaving again? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted it to be like, oh, what's up? And I don't know if that makes any sense, but I always have this feeling that I'm always in the way or I'm a burden, and I don't want to be that way. So yeah, I don't know what that says about me. Eager to please or whatever, but I didn't want it to be like, man, I can't wait for you to go home, man. It's good to see you though. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like that. It was just a great time, and it felt really weirdly natural to just hang out with them and kind of be part of that little circle. It was really great. And I just had a good time. So, yeah. Anyway, Bonobo not gone yet. Just saying took off her bet. Gotcha. I reread that and I'm just a moron. Whenever vape talk, I usually jump in the shower and make sure everything prepped for the next work day. And I get that. I understand that. And hey, you guys apparently, I mean, 67% of you want to see if this this old Ace liquid is going to be any good. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll here. And we'll make that happen in a second. I got to pee anyway. I'll grab all the stuff and we can re-wick this thing and figure out if it's any good. So, yeah. It probably isn't. It's probably still bad. I still haven't seen Akiru yet, but it has the main samurai guy from Seven Samurai, so I want to. Yes. I can't remember his name either, but fantastic actor, and I'm telling you, it's got a completely different vibe. But it is just, and look, I will say this. It may be because of what I went through, all of my surgeries and stuff. And I know, look, I never wanted to be the guy, he's the guy that has no colon or whatever. He's Crohn's boy. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be that, but honestly, it's just a part of my life. And it's part of who I am. So it's just going to be a thing. But for me, I don't know if Akiru is really that good or if it really spoke to me because what I went through, if that makes sense. So, but there you go. Yeah, everyone talks about Kurosawa movies. Meanwhile, no one speaks on Devon Sawa movies. Probably never heard of them. These are elitist deep cuts. Devon Sawa. See, here's the thing, Bonobo. I never know if you are kidding or not. Canadian actor who rose to fame in the 90s. I don't. Casper, Final Destination, Idle Hands. Oh, he's the dude with the thing in Final Destination. Like, oh no, this thing came off and then the plane exploded. That's not a spoiler. That's in the first 5 minutes. And don't you know, almost every time I get in a plane, that's one of the first things I do. I think about Final Destination that much every time I'm in a plane. But there you go. Bryant Park is literally right behind the New York City Library. Yes. Yeah. But I mean, we got there at I think we got there at 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. I mean, I can tell you exactly because I took pictures. But yeah, then we left at around 10:30. And then we didn't get home because of situations. We didn't get home. I say home. We didn't get back to Woods until 1 a.m. And then I had to be up at 6:45 this morning, which is 5:45 my time, now time. So, I can't believe I'm still awake, honestly. It's because I had a coffee before stream. I didn't have any tea because I didn't make tea when I got home. I forgot about it. So I was like, I need some caffeine to get through this stream. So I made a coffee and it was good. Was that Friendsgiving a traditional Thanksgiving dinner? Yes. But there was all kinds of stuff there. There was a rigatoni, almost like a bolognese type thing, which I tried. Wait a minute. I don't know if I tried that actually, because I was more into the typical turkey mashed potato. My go-to at Thanksgiving is turkey mashed potato stuffing, gravy. Over all those things, and then on my face, and on my breasts, and then down my back, and then have it drip in the. I'm just kidding. I just like gravy. Okay, I like brown gravy. I like the giblet, Studio Ghibli giblet gravy. I think that's why I get confused about Studio Ghibli. Ghibli sounds right. Anyway, yeah, there was some. I mean, it was mostly traditional. And then all the freaking Wood made banana pudding because it was Billy's favorite, and it was awesome. It was like some of the best banana pudding. And then a dude. Here's the thing, Wraith and Shozama. I don't know enough about the area to know what's good and what's not, but it was a cheesecake from New York, and it was banging. It was probably the best cheesecake I ever had. And it's one of those situations where my piece was a little too big. It was amazing. Now, somebody got a pumpkin pie, which I heard was pretty good because I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy, but there was also a pecan pie. And guy from Texas has got to try the pecan pie. And it was very okay. And like Wood's brother had never had pecan. Well, Wood's brother had never been to a Thanksgiving. So that was kind of interesting to kind of pick his brain to like, what's the stuff that you're really digging right now? What's the stuff that really like, oh man, that was really good. It was kind of cool. It's almost like when you're trying to show somebody a movie and you watch them almost as much as you're watching the movie because you want to see how they're reacting to things. That's how I was with him with Thanksgiving, with all the stuff. And I was like, oh, what do you think? And the pecan pie, he was like, that was really good, but it kind of made me feel sick because it was so sugary. I'll tell you this. That was a very meh pecan pie. It was fine. All the elements were there, but it's not as good as like a homemade pecan pie from back home, back in Texas, So, but it was really good. There was some really, really great stuff. And some people brought stuff, some people didn't. Of course, I didn't bring anything because what would I brought? I guess I could have brought a pecan pie, but I didn't think about it. Of course, I don't know if I could have taken that on plane. They probably would have said, that filling right there, yeah, you could probably put that in a thing, and then yeah, probably wouldn't have worked. Caro syrup, I'm pretty sure that's used in, no. Anyway, so I didn't. I did get a cool little thing though. Friendsgiving 4. So anyway, it was a great time. But honestly, here's the thing. Ever since Crohn's Boy happened, food has taken a backseat to, I like experiences more. Like, dude, I'll totally get down on all kinds of great food, okay? But what I remember isn't really the food. The banana pudding was great. Probably, and the cheesecake was great. Those are probably two of my favorite things of the whole shindig. But what I really remember is getting to hang out with some cool people and talk to some cool people. It was fun. I'm back. I left because you're old. Thanks, Wood. And I'm probably behind. But no, it was just, like I said, it was just an amazing time. But the food is secondary to the experiences and the people, and that's what I really had a good time with. Idle Hands and SLC Punk are god tier. So says you, Rufus. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't seen those in since they came out. But not much of a fan. I didn't mind Idle Hands, but not much of a fan of the SLC Punk. Huh. Well, see, there you go. Oh, he's in the Fanatic Sawa? Hidalgo. Good to see you. Do I like Kubrick movies? I am absolutely fascinated by him. He doesn't always connect for me. I mean, of course, I love Full Metal Jacket. I love 2001. Let's see, what else have I seen? I've seen plenty of his movies. I've seen Eyes Wide Shut, which it didn't connect for me. Barry Lyndon, of course, which again didn't quite connect with me, but I'm fascinated by because of the way it looks. The Shining, of course. Yeah, I would say that I'm a fan of Kubrick, but I like when I think of the best filmmakers in the world, he's probably in the top 10, but it's about as he's in the top 10. You know, I still think that an argument could be made that Spielberg may be the best filmmaker of all time. Because he's had the most, he can make anything. He's made musicals, he's made comedies, he's made romantic comedies, he's made action films, swashbucklers. He made things like E.T. He made things like Close Encounters. I mean, there's just, the guy doesn't seem to have a limit. I mean, I think the only limitation is his desire to sit down and make a film. I love it. I love his style, and I think he's probably the best. But yeah, I'm totally goofing. Beavis and Buttheading over here like a moron. Although I laughed hard when you read his credits. It's fine, Bonumba Juice. I'm just kidding. It's all good. You said hard. Yeah. Gimli, did you have any ham? I usually go half turkey, half ham. I did have some ham, but usually it's usually like a 75-25. Like I like having a little bit of ham, but I'm mostly a turkey guy. And I used to, here's okay. With age, right? Things change. I used to get like dark meat only. Now I'm all breast meat. You know what I mean? Turkey breasts, you know what I mean? But no, there's just something about, I love, if a turkey is well cooked, to me, I prefer the flavor of turkey breast. I don't like the filminess of dark meat, I guess. But, I mean, it's turkey, I'll eat it. I'm a turkey fiend. I love turkey. Thanks for the recommendations, Rob. Dinner in America is a great punk rock movie. I don't know why. In my head, when you said that, when I read that, I thought of Living in America. Dinner in America. James Brown, right? Yeah. I've never seen this. Ooh, okay. You had me at Kyle Gallner. I'm telling you, I know that there's people out there that watch Strange Darling and were not fans of it. But I'm telling you, that movie, I love the movie, and I think it deserves more attention. And I hate the fact that it didn't get attention, because that movie is, I loved it. I imported a 4K from the UK because I love that movie so much. But Kyle Gallner was awesome in it. I really was. Yeah. I'm curious to that pizza place, though. I'll tell you, Wraith, it was good, and it was definitely a fire oven type thing, but it was in one of those things, and I want to say it was truffly something. Truffle butthole. It wasn't that. But it was something truffly. But it was good. We are known for our cheesecake like we are for our pizza. You need to go on the extensive New York City tour the next time you're here. Wraith, I would love to. But honestly, there just wasn't time. There just wasn't enough time to do everything. And that is part of the reason why when April and I did our Northeast trip, when we started in Portland, Maine, and made our way down to like North Carolina, that we skipped New York City completely, because we knew that we wouldn't be able to see just even a portion of what we were going to do. And then if we went in there, we were going to be stuck there for days. And we didn't want to spend days in New York City. That wasn't the point of the trip. So we went around it. So that was my first time in New York City, but we just didn't spend a whole lot of time there. You know, I feel like I could spend weeks there and not, like, just going down one street, walking down one street. I was like, oh man, look at all this stuff. You know what I mean? And you just want to look at everything and experience everything. And there just wasn't time for that. So yes, Wraith. Yes, I would love to. The Decline of Western Civilization, SSL Punk, Sid and Nancy, Hardcore Logo, and Suburbia. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. As I've gotten older, that stuff doesn't resonate for me as much. Like Train Spotting doesn't resonate for me as much. I like it. I still enjoy it, but it doesn't resonate the same way. It doesn't hit the same chords, if that makes sense. Or the chords don't hit me the same. I don't know. Banana is my favorite pudding. I mean, it was good. What did Wood's brother like or dislike? I don't think he like flat out disliked anything, but I know that the pecan pie, he was kind of like, I don't like the way that made me feel, but it was awesome. I don't honestly, I can't remember, but I know there were things that he was probably like, it's fine. I think there was more fine that I was, but here's the thing. He's also kind of stony faced. So there are times when you're like, you like that? Oh yeah, that was good. But he's not having this huge reaction like me. I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I start rubbing it on my chest. He doesn't do that. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know exactly. Caro syrup. I'm pretty sure that was used in Evil Dead for blood, so you're gonna have to throw that out. Oh, for sure. For sure. Why haven't we... Dude, it did the whole thing again. Why haven't we ever talked about The Other Side of the Wind? I just found out about it. I need to watch this shiz. Well, I don't know what that means. Is that a show, a movie? What did I miss? I had to run an errand. I mean, you missed all the things. In fact, we're going to make a t-shirt. Instead of Happy Holidays, it's going to be Happy All the Things. And the beauty of it is you can wear it all year round. And it covers everything. And if you're in a different country, you can still wear it. Because if somebody's, happy, pin the tail on a donkey, you don't have to worry about somebody being, offended because you didn't. So you can just wear happy all the things. It's kind of like, the one that's like go local sports team and or college. Raw, Anyway, you said breast. Exactly. Sorry, I keep dipping in and out because my brother and I are playing Arc Raiders. Dude, Arc Raiders is awesome. So you play Arc Raiders all you want. So I keep chatting and then missing the replies. It's no big deal, man. It's no big deal, man. I'm just happy that, you don't want to, go to the airport and say, hey, don't let that guy in next time. So I appreciate it. Walmart has Blu-rays for Freddy and Jason around $20 each. Sound like a good deal? I mean, it depends. Oh, wait a minute. So wait, $20 each, Hidalgo, for each movie? Answer me. No. Because here's why. Here's why. Here's all, get out of here. Here's all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in 4K and digital for $100. And if you sign up with Groove and it's your first time, if it's your first time buying from Groove, GRUV.com, I think you get like 20% off or 15% off. You get percentages off. So, and this has the 7 films. It doesn't have Freddy versus Jason because, and I see like there's the triple feature that has Freddy versus Jason, but for the 4Ks, it wasn't part of the. Oh, wait a minute. Is it sold out or something? Why? UHD. Okay, it might be sold out right now because it should be here. So, yeah. That may be Sorry. I don't know what he was popping his stupid head in here for. So yeah, maybe. I mean, it's really, look, things go up and down, and honestly, if it's $20, I would wait a couple of days. I would wait until Friday. Or if you're not into physical media, if you're into physical media, then yeah, buy it whenever it's the cheapest. But I guarantee you, things are going to get real cheap on Friday. So you might want to look then. It depends on if you just want to pick them up. Because I've done that so many times. I've done it so many times where I see something on sale for, say, $22 on Amazon. But I'll be in a place and it'll be $25, and I'm like, screw it. I'll pay the extra $3 to buy it physically on the day. Literally hand over money, fat American sweaty nasty dollars, so I can get the thing and have it in my hand right then. You may not care about that, but you may only want the best deal, but that's a thing. I mean, it's and plus with 4Ks and Blu-rays, it's all dependent upon what you want. Sorry for the Xenomorph. Oh, the full collection on Blu-ray. Oh, the full collection for $20. But see, here's the thing. Do you have a 4K TV? Do you have a 4K player? To me, PS5 and Xbox don't quite count because you're not getting HDR out of those. So there's no point in getting 4K if you're only going to have a PS5 or an Xbox to play them, because they don't output HDR. If you have a physical 4K player like the Panasonic UB820, that would be a better, then I would say, yeah, go for the 4K. But if you're just getting Blu-ray, dude, for $20, get them and don't look back. Don't look back. Like what's her name? Shmi says to Anakin in episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Don't look back, Annie. Don't look back. And then he walks off with Qui-Gon with a Blu-ray set of Nightmare on Elm Street and the Jason movies, the Friday the 13th movies. You do that. I'll tell you what, though. I don't know what I'm talking about. That wasn't in the movie. For a minute there, I'm pretty sure that they got that Shout Factory Friday the 13th back in stock, and it was only like $100. Yeah, it's sold out now again. This set this set right there. That set. All Blu-rays, and it was like $100 or $108 or something like that, which is really good. If you can find that, I mean, that's probably the better option, because it's very, very comprehensive. But again, I wanted to buy that just because I thought the set looked cool. But then I watched Friday the 13th Part 1, or the original, and I was like, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then I watched the second one, and I was like, this is not for me. And I figured, you know what? I hear they get worse. Like they kind of go down a mountain of mediocrity, right? So I just didn't. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Station to station. Jumpers Brown? Who's Jumpers Brown? Giant rats. No, I didn't see. And you know what? Here's another thing. And it's probably just because I got a little slice, but everybody was super nice. Everybody. Like, almost, like, I can't think of a person that was nasty. I was expecting to go into New York and everybody was going to be like, whatever. No, it was great. I had a great time. So, Jumpers, type too fast, but it just skipped. God, how do I keep getting so far behind? Type too fast, but that's a new 2026 baby nameless nominee. Yeah. Jumpers. The older I get, the more punk I feel. I just try to look like it less. Yeah, I don't feel that way. I feel more chill. And maybe that's the perspective, I don't know. If you went to Portland, then you surely drove through the area where I was born and raised when passing through New Hampshire. Yes, we were in New Hampshire for a short period. I think we stopped there and we got some, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a mac and cheese place. And they served them in cast iron skillets. And I got a lobster mac and cheese, and my wife got a mac and cheese. I don't remember what she got. She got a more normal one because, you know, she didn't like anything weird in her mac and cheese, you know. Like, can you put some rutabaga in it and some M&Ms? You know, I'm like, hey, this mac and cheese is not a blizzard, you know. But no, some people like that crap. But no, she didn't like that. Happy, all the things. Yes, yeah. And KP Senti, welcome. Good to see you. Listening in the car because YouTube Premium, and it is kind of like a talk radio show, isn't it? Sometimes. The Other Side of the Wind, Orson Welles' last lick before he ate himself to death. It took 40 years to release. I didn't know anything about that. So, take that, Rufus. Too bad you didn't get the Big Apple donut from Krispy Kreme. Look it up. I mean, I usually don't like people just telling me what to do. But, hey, you have my attention. Krispy Kreme. Big Apple donut. It's a specialty item from the Krispy Kreme Times Square location in New York City, featuring a red glazed donut filled with red delicious apple cream. That's kind of beautiful. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I missed out apparently. Thank you, Wraith, for making me feel bad. I already feel bad. I wish that we could have. I mean, it would have been cool because you got to come here, and I got to show you around a little bit here. It would have been cool for you to be able to return the favor, but I forgot. It wasn't that I forgot, really. It was more of like I wasn't exactly sure what the timing was going to be, and then honestly just didn't even think about it because we were there, and then it was like we were leaving, and I'm like, oh crap, I could have called Wraith, so I apologize. But also there were a lot of distractions. It seemed like every day was like, oh, we're doing things, you know. But it was fun. It was a blast. $20 each is a lot. I don't know what we're talking about. Did you see anything in your pile? Did you bump up my man Godfrey to the top? No. Not yet. Again, I have been busy since last week. I mean, I had to get up super early Wednesday morning to have my arm destroyed by the blood draw lady, and then I had things to do to get ready for the flight because the flight was I had to leave here at 6 a.m, and there were storms on top of it. By the way, I didn't even mention that. The first 30 minutes of my flight, I thought maybe this is how it's going to happen. This is how I'm not going to be on Earth anymore. Is because we're going to fall out of the sky because, dude, 30 minutes of the worst turbulence I've ever felt. Now, granted, it's not like I've flown a ton, but it felt like this is like I think we just dropped 100 feet. And then it felt like we hit a wall and went up like this. And it was constant. And it was because there was a huge storm system that was moving through North Texas. So we were hitting all kinds of turbulence for, like I said, the first 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it was like everything smoothed out. And I'm like, is this heaven? I mean, seriously, it was creepy how rocking and dropping and then raising and kind of just like me trying to just breathe and listen to music and just kind of get in a zone and just go, there's nothing I can do to control this. We can freak out or we can just chill. And we chilled, or I chilled. I don't know about anybody else. I chilled and then it smoothed out, but it was scary, man. It was scary. So there you go. But so no, Showtime, I haven't seen anything yet. And on top of that, I'm busy tomorrow, and then Thanksgiving, and then I'm going out of town again. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to see another movie. Like, I'm still like Miami Vice in it. That's what's next. I still haven't finished season 1, I don't think. So got around to watching 28 years later. The interesting ending, yes, for sure. But for some reason, I was down. It's like as soon as that happened, I'm like, okay, I'm down to see the next one. I enjoyed that, you know? I cosplayed as that striped man from Long Fingernails, the Elm Man or whatever. Interesting. Damn, I'll have to wait till next year for that Nightmare collection on 4K. Well, the thing is it apparently keeps going in and out of stock. So I don't know. I want it. And I'm not even that big of a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm not a big fan of horror films in general. But for some reason, I really want that. Because I know that I have liked... There's 2 of those movies that I really like. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. And I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Which may not be the most popular idea, but I really enjoyed those 2. And I remember watching 1 or 2 of them in the middle there and was kind of like, eh. But you know what? 2 of those I really like. So maybe the next time that they do kind of a digital sale, I might be down to just buy the whole set. But I don't know. Because I don't know if I'm that invested to want to get them physically. You know what I mean? But that's just me. The Bone Temple. Oh, yeah, Chris. I know what you're talking about. It's good, though. And yeah, Samuel, it's sold out right now. Yeah. I had just seen it. I think it's probably last week before I left. I saw it. It was it had come into stock and it was like $88 or something. So I must venture on. I'm going to pretend Rob is on late night Moody AM radio. You do that. KP Senti and welcome and bye and all the things. Happy all the things. See? Works out great. Works out great. I'm seeing some huge discounts right now, more than usual. More than a usual Black Friday. You're not wrong. And it's really starting to piss me off. Because it's like, holy crap. All these movies are $10. And it's like, God, do I need this? Do I need, Uncle Buck in 4K? Kinda. I mean, I don't know if Uncle Buck is actually in 4K. It was just a movie that I was thinking of. But you know what I mean? There's plenty of movies on that level for me where it's like, I'm right on the edge of saying, yeah. But then I'm like, but, like, how many times am I going to watch that, Like, I don't know how many times I've put Sinners in and out of my, I almost said grocery cart, my shopping cart, right? Because here's the thing. Sinners, to me, is probably the best movie or the second best movie of the year for me right now. But I don't know how many times I'm going to watch it. Number one. Number two, it's been on HBO Max for months and I still haven't watched it again. So do I really need the 4K? I don't think so. Now, on the other side of the coin, sure. I bought Life of Chuck. I needed to buy Life of Chuck because that's a movie that I want to watch multiple times. And I've already seen it 2 more times. So it was kind of like, So yeah. But yes, so many freaking, so many sales. It's kind of messed up. Don't look back. You got the movies in you. 1 chance left. Grooves orders groove. Bonobo Juice. I don't know the songs you're referencing. I'm either too old or too young or just not smart enough. I don't know. They actually get better, but don't expect a continuous storyline with Friday the 13th. Yeah, I know that, but my problem is I just every time I've watched one, I've been kind of like okay, it's just not my thing. So there's no reason for me to spend $100 and something on a movie that doesn't really 100% work, or a franchise that doesn't 100% work for me. See, and then Ricky says Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and Freddy versus Jason. New Hampshire? I don't even know her. But yeah. I feel like me, I'm no punk or anything. I just listen to it and have an attitude, but I don't identify as it. I mean, that's kind of how it is too, but like movies change over time for me. Like Trainspotting used to be probably in my top 5 all-time favorite movies. I still love it. And it still has a very, very special place in my heart because it's kind of like a history, part of my history, I guess. But it's not top 5 anymore. It's probably top 20. Maybe. It may be lower than that. And the problem is I don't make lists anymore because the lists are continuously changing. One day I say, no, Lawrence of Arabia, best film ever. And then I go, but then there's Seven Samurai. And then there's Shawshank Redemption. And then there's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh God. Oh my head. You know what I mean? That's how it happens. So I just don't know. But yeah. Friday the 13th part 3 is when the real party begins. See? Maybe. I don't know. They just don't overall appeal to me, I guess. So. Was that your first time? I went to New York City for the first time in October. I really liked Brooklyn. Yeah, that was my first time to actually be in the city. And we went in Lincoln Tunnel, got to the place, we parked, we went around the block a few times because we kept missing the place. But we got into the place, we parked, we walked to Bryant Park. We were there for a couple hours and then we left. So I didn't really get to see a whole lot. And it's just because of, like I said, it was kind of a last minute thing. And we just didn't have the time. So it's fine. I want to go back. And I want to go back with April. April said that she was kind of bummed that, she wasn't there for my first time in New York. She's been in New York City at least 2 or 3 times. And so she wanted to, whatever. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. We didn't really get to see much. I got to experience a little bit of it. I got to know one thing. I don't want to drive. And something else that I figured out really fast is that I feel like in a lot of ways, I'm a kind of a people person. I'm a people pleaser. I like to make people laugh and make people feel comfortable and all that kind of stuff. A place like that it's just too many people. And it makes me feel like stressed out just to, so I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I want to go back for sure. For sure. SLC2 MGK LOL. I don't know what that means. But NES Wizard, what up, Rob? What up with you? How's it going? And again, I will say to all of you who have been here, who are hanging out in chat, I love that you're here. Thank you. But if I don't respond like I know who you are, it's because your names have changed. And because old brain, I don't know what that means. I don't know if I know everyone. So hello for the first time or welcome back. Oh yeah. Chris, that donut looked awesome. Sounds like a place in Portsmouth. Portsmouth? I'm sure it's not Portsmouth. Anyway, little strip of the seacoast, New Hampshire area. We're heading up Interstate 95 into Maine. Dude, I'm pretty sure that was fall 2018 when we went. So I barely remember. Respect for that joke. If you see any place that has a pizza in the name, don't even think about it. Just go there. I mean, Probably not raw. Okay, wait. Wow. No, that's just light chop. I don't know, man. 30 minutes of just like we might fall out of the sky. I don't know. Pac-Man Texas, hello. Have you seen or do you want to see the new Running Man? I haven't seen it. I actually read is it a short story? I read basically all of the Bachman books in preparation for The Long Walk, which, oh, by the way, I picked up the 4K that released today. This is one of my pre-orders that I got. I just thought it was is it a steelbook? It is a steelbook. But I pre-ordered this because it was kind of inexpensive on Amazon, and I haven't seen this yet. But I read the story and I loved it. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. But I haven't seen it yet. The Running Man, of course, I read. It was the last Bachman book that I read. Finished it a few weeks ago. And I was like, okay, I enjoyed that, but how the hell are they going to do that now? Because if you've read the story, yeah, you have to change the ending somehow. You have to do something different because you can't do that in this day and age. That would be not cool. So they had to change the ending. And from what I've heard, the movie just doesn't really come together. Like, I've heard that Glenn Powell is really good in it, but that the movie just doesn't 100% connect, which is really disappointing because I love Edgar Wright and I want to see him like have big hits, and I want to see him turning down projects because he's got so much power. You know what I mean? And that's not really the case right now. So it's kind of a bummer to see that. I do like Glenn Powell. Of course, Josh Brolin is in it. Love him. But no, I haven't had any desire to see it. Simply because I've been really busy, number one. And number two, I heard it was, again, not that great. But I'm still going to watch it. I still want to watch it. I still want to see it. But not yet. Not yet. Ooh, he made me mad. I almost like it. Is that from... I don't know. That was kind of funny. If I went to New York City, I would make visiting Rate Us my number one priority, not hanging out with an Australian, even though would it rules in spite of being Australian. See, thank you, Bucha. I appreciate you saying that. But the thing was, I was there for Friendsgiving. New York was a bonus that happened. But I understand, Bucho. I understand your need of protecting and kind of cultivating Rafe. I get that. Uncle Buck in 4K. Oh my gosh, am I that far behind? Okay, it's not. Okay, that's still pretty behind. Okay. Rapid fire because I need to pee and we need to do this thing. That's why you're not going to spend a penny on pizza while you're here. Oh my gosh, Bucho? I mean, come on. Dude, I'll tell you this, Bucho. If you say, "Hey, I'm coming to New York," I'll come to New York. How's that, Bucho? You could be tried for treason if you're caught hanging out with an Australian. I mean, maybe worth. I don't know. Yeah, Derek. I mean, Sinners is going to be one of those movies that I think it's absolutely brilliant. And a lot of people think it's absolutely brilliant. And it's definitely going to, I don't know if it's going to clean up at the Oscars because we're still not through with the year. There's still a lot of movies that are like really getting a lot of buzz that are coming out in December. But I would not be surprised if Sinners gets a record number of nominations for the Oscars this year. I know that the Oscars aren't everything, but that movie is so impressive on so many different levels that I think it's going to be something. And I came away from that movie, like I said, there's a scene in the movie, and if you've seen the movie, There's a scene in the movie that if you've seen the movie, anyway, there is a scene that occurs in the movie where it starts and I'm going, what the hell is this? What is this? And then things start to happen and I start to understand. And I'm sitting there going, it seriously went from absolute confusion to one of the best scenes like in the last very, very a lot of years. Like a lot of years. That I was just sitting there going, that was unbelievably brilliant. And it seemed to come from Ryan Coogler, you know, and it seemed to like there was so much spirit in it that I couldn't help but just love it. And I don't know. I don't know. There are things, I don't think the movie's perfect by any stretch. There are definitely, especially when you get into some of the scenes where I'll just say toward the ending when the action really starts cooking, there are some things where I'm like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. And there are some shots that don't quite connect and don't always make perfect sense. But I was having such a good time that I didn't care. So I found it extremely, extremely fun to watch. Just a blast. So I hope you like it. There you go. There you go. Word, Rob, and it's not just movies that change over time, it's TV too. I thought Sopranos ruled when I was 25 and watching it again in my mid-40s. It still ruled, but for different reasons. Yeah. Some different reasons. Paulie Walnuts is pure gold in any age. I mean, you're right. But it's like there's so many things that are like that, you know? I mean, for example, watching Close Encounters, and I'm not a dad, but I'm sure watching Close Encounters of the Third Kind when you're, you know, before you're a dad, and then you watch it after you're a dad. And I'm sure there's probably some things that don't quite connect, which is why Steven Spielberg said, I don't 100% agree with Close Encounters now because I don't think I could leave my kids. But there you go. It's a thing. You will. I believe in you. I shan't. Paulie Walnuts, what do you hear? What do you say? Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy The Sopranos, but you know, it's funny. I have the Blu-ray set, and I haven't watched them again. Where is that? Is that up there? Yeah, it's up there. The 700 disc set, or however many there's a lot. You got to watch the Simpsons episode where Homer hates New York City. Anyone pick Oh my gosh. Anyone pick up the free PS5 game Where Winds Meet? I did not. I have heard of it, and I've heard there's been some people that were kind of like, meh. I don't know. It's interesting watching people react to Sopranos episodes for their first. It's something. Yeah, and the weird thing about that one is that I watched Sopranos all by myself because April she didn't care for it. She tried to watch it with me, and it didn't connect with her. Now, of course, she didn't make it very far before, you know, there started the random nudity for no reason. Just, hey, look, boobies, and it's just like, why? And that's the same with Game of Thrones, you know, it's the same thing where it's just like, this doesn't need to be here. And I'm not saying that because I don't enjoy the female form or anything like that, but there's a time and a place, and it doesn't make sense. It's just like an action scene that's there for no other purpose but to, oh, this thing explode. I mean, you know what I mean? There are plenty of examples of scenes that don't need to be there that are there. And it could be anything. If you're watching the movie or the show or whatever, and there is something there that doesn't drive the plot and the story forward, get it out of there. And a lot of that nudity in Game of Thrones and Sopranos is that way. It's literally there just to be like, hey, look, boobies. And it's just not enough. It's not enough to prove that it needs to be there, you know? Anyway. Dude, I drove to New Haven from New York City. Took 3 hours both ways. Traffic sucked. Yeah, that was part of it too, is that it felt like we were in the car a lot. So I only got to see like the same little area of New York City. But yeah, I mean, it was a great time. But it was like when I think about that whole trip, that is such a small part of all the great stuff, you know, all the great memories, and just getting, like I said, getting to know, you know, Wood's brother and you know, Derek, you know, Wood's friend from, you know, way back when, and everybody else that came to Friendsgiving, you know, it was really awesome. And I'm not a guy that always wants to meet everybody, but luckily also, I think part of the cool thing is that people trickled in a little bit at a time. So it's almost like, and I know that it's like, hey, let's make Rob feel more comfortable. But it worked for me that way because I got to talk to a couple people. Oh, okay. Hi. How you doing? Whatever. Oh, yeah. This is, oh, okay. Yeah. Get to know a little bit. And then another group would come in and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, problem. You know, whatever. It worked out. It was fun. It was fun. We need to move on. Bucho is amused. I want an affirmation style thing with Bucho saying, I believe in you for everyday glancings. If you did that, I would make it my ringtone. Or at least my text message. I don't know. How often do I want to hear Bucho? Every day. Or I could just attach it to this. So every time he comes on screen, every time he comes on screen, he says it. He goes, I believe in you. I was going to try to do an impersonation of Bucho. I can't. I wouldn't even dare. I wouldn't dare. And he would probably be so angry that he would stop posing for that picture. That live view of Bucho wearing that shirt doing the dab. He wouldn't be here anymore. And I don't want that. You don't want that. And Bucho surely doesn't want that. How long before Edgar Wright makes a Hot Fuzz sequel? You know, Bucho, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think he has moved on from Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Both of them have gone their own directions. They've basically, the three of them have just kind of, and which is, you know, it's natural. You feel like you've done all you can there. But I would love it if they came back together and did anything. I love them. I think they're amazing together. The Little Rendezvous in New Haven. Sally's was pretty good. See, I don't know anything what y'all are talking about. That's a classic episode. Oh, maybe he's sung in the classic episode about how we're not like it. Yes. But I don't know what Sally's is. I don't know what the Little Rendezvous is. I don't know enough about that area, you know? Matthew Walls 94. Welcome. Welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? I know this is random, but if you're in need of power tools, Lowe's is having a huge sale on flex tools. You know what, Matthew? I'm going to tell my wife about that. And you might be like, what? Yeah, I'm going to tell her. Because she might be in the need for some flex tools. Apparently Lowe's is having a huge sale on flex tools, period. I'm not sure what that means exactly, comma, because I'm a moron, period. But it might mean something to you, period. Yes, that's how I talk to my wife. Why boobies? Do I need to really explain? The psychologist from Sopranos was hot. You mean... Oh, crap. I had her name and then it went. She was in freaking Goodfellas. Lorraine Bracco? That's her name, right? Karen. Just visit buchoaffirmations.com/shop and a body pillow with Bucho saying I believe in you can be yours for 5 easy installments of 37 cents plus postage. That sounds like a bargain. But how much is that in Kiwi dollars? I just thought that I don't know if I actually know what your currency is called in New Zealand. It's probably not Kiwi dollars. I could be wrong. Look, it's 9:30 and we haven't even done anything. I like how direct people are on the East Coast. You get a lot of passive aggressive in the Midwest. Yes, and that is, it's funny. I was actually talking with the guy, the Uber guy today on the way to the airport, and I was thinking, yeah, it's funny how direct people are. Or I should say how indirect people are here in Texas. You talk about Southern hospitality, but there's a little bit of judgment. You know what I mean? Oh, you're welcome as long as you look like us. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to paint a brush with a hand that is covered in green paint. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I feel like there's something there. Anyway. Does anyone else find it disturbing that Woodstock is eating turkey in a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving? What the hell? I get that. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I never thought about that. But yeah. Interesting. I'm too afraid to sound Australian and piss off Kiwis, so I don't attempt New Zealand accents unless I'm quoting Flight of the Conchords. I don't even do that. You and Sally's, they show a lot of boobs unnecessarily. JK. No, and here's the like I said, there's a time and a place. And I'm sorry, but in the middle of a, confrontation or whatever, you know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying. You can feel it. You can feel it when it's like, when you do that, you go, oh, okay, whoa, all right. I don't know why that's there. Oh yeah, it's to keep people watching. Oh, there were no boobs this week. You know what I mean? That secret passive aggressive niceness. Yeah. Dollary dues. It's called dollary dues. That's the New Zealand Bucho brand body pillows. Absolutely. Now that we're caught up, I'm going to get some cotton. I'm going to get some tweezers and I'm going to go pee. So, and it's 9:30. And you know what's funny? The whole time we haven't talked about this at all. So, do you care? I'll be right back. Sorry. Hi. Anyway, does anybody care about the Warner Brothers thing? Because I'm scared. I'm scared because I love Warner Brothers and I don't want them to be shitty. You know? Oh, let me show you the tools of the trade. Regular scissors, little tiny scissors, a insulated ceramic tweezers, and sort of like dental tweezers with little pointy things. I'll show you why, in case you haven't done this before or seen this before. Oop, I need a battery. Oh, these batteries are done charging. Oh, you know what's funny? I actually lost weight on this trip. I think it's because we were so busy doing stuff and going everywhere. I lost weight. It's weird. Okay. So you put the battery in. There's my coils. 75 watts at 0.19. Oop, new coil. Oh, this is a 0.11. This is going to be... That looks a little off. That'll be fine. So here are the coils. And what you do is you make sure... Oh, see that? You see those little... You see those on this coil? There were those little like bright spots. Those are called hot spots. And what you do is... Let me see if I can do this on camera. I wish I had an up-close camera, but I don't. Can't really see what I'm doing. But what you do is you strum it. And when you strum it, now... Oh, over here. Now, they heat up evenly from the inside out. And there's none of those hot spots. Wait a minute. Sometimes you have to look. You pulse it. You don't just lay on the whatever. And that is extremely hot, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving yourself. Now, wait a minute. Let me go back. Let's see. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's just a spoon. I can't do that. I've seen you playing knifey spoony before. But why spoon, cousin? Why not a sword or an axe? Because I told you to. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I ruined it. Care, yes. Does it matter? No. Do I matter? No. Oh, Chris, well, here's my thing about Warner Brothers, real quick. Warner Brothers, historically, has been one of my favorite studios because of the fact that they love to take risks. And when they take risks, sometimes those movies really come out great. You know, we get movies like The Matrix. But then, even beyond that, they were one of the first champions of DVD and would put out excellent special editions of DVDs and then Blu-rays. Even though they did a lot of HD DVD stuff, they were one that they did both. They should have chosen Blu-rays first, but anyway, I've always respected Warner Brothers, and I love the Warner Archive collection. You know, they've continued to keep media, physical media alive with their physical media releases. Like excellent physical media releases of classic films, Warner Brothers, their history, everything about them. I love them. So the idea that they're going to be purchased by someone like Paramount that has also been merged with Skydance, David Ellison, the Ellisons will be actually in control of all that. That apparently a company of David Ellison's, or the Ellisons, I should just say, is also looking at acquiring TikTok. You're looking at, that's a lot of media to be in control of. And I don't like that. not only is it bad for, things like politics, but it's also one of those things where it's just like, man, I like the idea that there are multiple studios with different kinds of movies. And Warner Brothers has always been, sure, they've had their bombs as well as hits, but I've always enjoyed their stuff. So to see them being purchased by Paramount, I don't like it. Or acquired by Paramount. Talking about the possibility of a hostile takeover. So instead of actually getting the board of Warner Brothers to accept it, they'll just go to the shareholders, basically bypassing the board and saying, "Hey, this is our offer. Do you guys want to take it?" And if the shareholders want to take it, then there's nothing the board could do. And that's the kind of thing that I just don't want to see happen to Warner Brothers. I care. Netflix would be also a poor choice because Netflix has shown that they do not care about the theatrical experience. Warner Brothers is exactly the opposite. Now you could argue, we've talked about this before, we could argue that Netflix could be changing their stance on that. And by acquiring a studio like Warner Brothers, not only do they get the history of content that they, that Warner Brothers brings to the table, but they also have a foothold in the theatrical industry, which would mean that more of their Netflix features could be going to theatrical and actually having the experience in theatrical that Warner Brothers does could really do a lot for Netflix. I don't know if that would happen though. I mean, we don't know. We have no idea what would happen there. And then the other one was Comcast. Now, Comcast very famously put in a bid for 20th Century Fox or 20th Century Studios, and this was after Disney had already kind of agreed that this is what they were going to do to acquire 20th Century. And then Comcast came in and said, "Oh, no, we want them too." And they just basically made Disney pay more for 20th Century Studios. That could be the ploy that Comcast is taking right now. Now, those are according to recent stories, those are the three front runners to get Warner Brothers. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Apple would be a better choice because they have shown that they have shown the same sort of, some might call it reckless ways in which they spend money for some of their content, but they've had some real amazing winners. I mean, you have Napoleon, which was a failure, a very, very expensive failure, but then you have F1. And I think F1 is a great film. So anyway, that's my take on it. And basically what happened is those three basically put in bids. We don't know the numbers yet of what they put in, because I think it's one of those things where it's kind of like nobody knows how much the other one's going to be. So yeah. And then it says on there the second round of the bids, which basically means that once all the bids are in, then they say, okay, here's what this person bid, here's what this person bid, here's what this person bid, and now it's time to have a counter. So we'll see what happens. But it basically looks like Warner Brothers is going to be sold, and there's nothing we can do about it, which sucks. Sorry, I'm looking, and since it's kind of far away, I'm just making sure that I cut this straight. Because, oh, yeah, it's a cotton pad. These are used for makeup. They are from Japan, I believe. But they're just very, very well. They're organic cotton and all that stuff. And this is what I do. I cut it into a strip. I lick those fingers. I roll the ender. The ender? Wow. I'm tired. You roll the end up into a little point. You put the point, make sure this is not still burning, which it's not. Put this in here, like so. You get the end. See it sticking out of the hole there? Get your little tweezers there and kind of gently pull this through. Oops. And then I don't want to deform the coil, so I make it into sort of like a twisted piece of a cotton strip so that it doesn't deform the coil. And then I basically, here, So I'm basically twisting it as I'm pulling it through like that. And then this one, for this, with RDAs, you don't have to, you basically just lay this down, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm basically, see this, that looks like enough for it to go in the little cup. So then I cut right here, about right. Ooh, that's magnetic. That's a problem. It's messing me up. Okay, cut right here. And the reason I like that is to get to that little point, and most of the time you're cutting that end off anyway. So it's not going to affect the flavor. See? So as I pull it through, and then I cut that end off like so. So you've got that. Then I take these sharp tweezers and I fluff out the ends. When you do this, you're not only straightening all the fibers, but you're thinning it out a little bit and making it easier for e-liquid to wick. Like this, little under tickle, as Mike Vapes says. I'm not, look, hey, I'm not a vape channel, okay? I'm just doing this because you guys wanted it. So, all right. So you got fluffy tails now. Cut off the ends like so. That didn't fall the way I wanted it to. And like so. Okay, that kind of did. So you got that. Oh, usually I use the pointy tweezers. I collect it all together like that. See that? Huh? Huh? Is this relaxing, or is it like, dude, would you just do the thing and taste the thing? It's probably going to taste like butthole anyway. Yeah, well, you got to give it a shot, right? You got to give it the old college try. And then you take the ends like this and you just put them right in there. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. But there's kind of an art to it, and it's kind of relaxing and fun to do this. So when you fold them down, oops, see, that might be a little too short. It'll be fine. This is an RDA. So it ends up looking like that. Okay. So if you look, you can see my hand underneath the coil. Like if you look under the coil, you can see my hand. That air is going to go through. And the way that thing is built, it's built like this. So that when the liquid comes down, it'll hit that point and it'll go to the coils. So for example, you see the little thing there. So you see the air holes are tilted. They're kind of tilted down. Well, you can't see that. You can see it here. You see those are tilted down toward the coil. There you go. So that's what it looks like in there. And now, dragon fruit berry cream. So I'm just going to do this bit. You just dump it in there. That's what's great about RDAs. You can just dump it in there. And then you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to wet this side and wet this side. Nah, just dump it in there. That should be good. Okay. All right. It's in. Wow. So this is one that I didn't like. And it's been sitting over here for months. It's badass now. That tastes really good. Like really good. That weird flavor at the end, don't get it anymore. Okay, I need to stop though, because I'm gonna freaking vape it up in here and I'm gonna set the smoke alarms off. And Bucho will attest to this. I did that during a recording for a podcast. I set the freaking smoke alarms off. Holy crap! That's the first time that's happened, by the way. That's the first time that I've tried a liquid. I've tried a liquid after the fact, and it was that good. So there you go. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing that. That actually worked out really well. He forgot to put on the music. Oh, I'm sorry. Dang it. I'm sorry. I should have. But hey, you got some my dulcet tones narrating what I was doing. I'm not a vape channel because I don't feel like I have anything to add. But I've actually thought about doing a second channel where it's just vape stuff and just do it every now and then whenever I feel like it. Because the thing is I'm never going to get big enough for them to send me stuff. And I don't buy a lot of stuff. Like I don't buy, like this is that RDA, the Recoil, this is the Recoil 3 that is available on multiple sites. Recoil version 3 RDA. But anyway, this is the first thing I've bought in a year or two. I can't do a vape video every 2 years or year. You know what I mean? It'd be pointless. Oh, forgot to put on the music during the thing. Well, it's because I thought I was going to be right back, but it took me a little bit longer than I thought to gather up all the stuff. Talk amongst yourselves. And no, I didn't misplace the Bossa Nova. It's just, I figured, hey, y'all could talk about it. Y'all could look at the thing but I talked about it. I've talked about it. But happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Seriously. We are, yeah, we're coming up on 10 o'clock. I cannot believe that I'm this awake after being, I mean, seriously, I've been awake 6 plus 10, 16, almost 16 and a half hours. And I'm fine. So we're going to jump over to the Discord if you guys want. And I know you probably want to, but I'm going to let you guys talk and ask the questions and talk about the things and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Oh, 230. Wait, is it 237,098 points at the New Zealand US points exchange rate? Okay. That's, hey, that's completely worth it. I will accept that. You know, that's better than, I get here. So I'm not sure if you're more like MacGyver or James Bond when handling all this vape stuff. Hey, look, the thing is, man, I've been vaping for a long time and I've learned from the best. There are some amazing guys out there on the vape scene that not only do their products rock, but their videos rock. I've really, really enjoyed a lot of their content over the years. And I mean, again, this is from Grim Green, who is still making vape videos. In fact, he is probably the guy when it comes to vaping advocacy. And I really appreciate the guy. So that's why in fact, his if you don't vote today, then you don't get to vote. That's from him. I love Grim Green. He's great. Like Doc Brown's hair for tootin'. I showed that. I showed it. That I went to the Back to the Future musical thing. It was cool. It's like a baby Molotov. I mean, kind of. Now, see, has that... Okay, everybody's just kind of chilling. Was it your vape setting off the smoke alarm that day, or was it your hot Star Wars takes? Bucho? It was my vape. I don't think my Star Wars takes are that hot. They're just not... I mean, there's a lot of people that agree with me that Last Jedi has more good in it than bad. There's a lot of people that think that there is bad in it, but there's more good than bad. And especially when you look at the surrounding films. I don't think that's that much of a hot take. But I understand. I understand if you don't like it. But you also, hopefully you can understand that, man, Luke, you can also understand my point of view, that going through what I went through, that I could see Luke as, kind of mirroring my own journey. I kind of like that. That he found a new reason to be awesome. He found a new way, a new path. And the path, sure, he sacrificed himself. But, and then the Rise of Skywalker took that and went, which is why it's so irritating. We're not going there. Because it's time to get in the Discord. Y'all want to get in the Discord? Y'all want to hang out? I mean, it looks like Rufus is already in there. So, come on. Pop on over. 7th, you're right. I don't like the design of 7 either. Look. I'm all for this Amaray style. I know we talked about the Criterions earlier, where you don't like the artwork that the Criterions do. But man, you can't deny that is a nicely put together package. And these are, I love, you just push and the disc is free. You get that under there, and look, you're not even touching the disc. It's perfect. It's perfect every time. I mean, not every time, but, and then just standard Amarays like the Warner Archive, same concept. Push, disc free, bam. And I also don't like I don't like slips. The slip case type ones where it just slides in, unless it's got thumb holes. Hashtag thumb holes. But hey, we're jumping in the Discord now. So you want to come on over? Come on over. Rufus is here, and I'm sure and there's Rufus right there, and we're gonna pop in there. So hey, you guys, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry that we didn't really talk about Warner that much, but honestly, I was look, man, I had this much time to come up with a title for the stream. But hey, we'll see you next time and stuff and things. So y'all have a great one, and happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all the things, and happy all the things, right? But hey, I would love to hear what you end up, if you end up picking some stuff up, I'd like to hear about it. So yeah, and we'll talk to you next time. And hey, I don't even know if we're going to do a stream next week. So, hey, whenever I see you, we'll see you, I guess. Bye! Bye, Jody. Jody B. Have a good one. You don't have an invite to Discord. Well, yeah, you do. ! Discord.